Hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Today we are taking a look at the new Synth Anthology 5 from UVI. This is huge. This is a huge update. It adds 100 new synthesizers and takes the patch count up to 6,000, probably 6,000 plus, but 6,000. It's super duper epic. It's epic. I made this patch called Doug Classic Poly, and I used two synthesizers for this. I used the Access Virus C, which was released in 2002. Here it is here. And I used the SDS Spectrum Suite, which was the Seiko DS, is that 310? DS310, which was released in 1984. Do you know what? I didn't even know Seiko had made a synth. You learn. This is the grand historic tour through synthesizers through the ages. Right, okay. Here's this classic poly patch I made. Which I think sounds absolutely brilliant. Okay. You can get, this will work in the free UVI workstation as well as obviously here I'm using it in Falcon. You can choose your, this comes with tons of categories as well. We've got arpeggiated, sequence-based, blah, 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 all this. You see this one down here, machines. It says machines. This is where you can see all the synthesizers used. You can choose. But we can do that from here as well. So this is Doug's Classic Poly Patch. I am just going to go to, say, airy organ. You see how fast this loads? But if we click on it again, look, we've got all this big list, and right down the bottom, we've got stuff by Venus Theory from Cameron. I can't go as deep as Cameron, so I'm not going to try. Machines. Let's go to machines. Look. We can start with the Virus C, and then we can look at all these. It brings up a load of presets, right? These are all these samples. They're brilliant. That have been sampled from this synth. Okay. So you can go in and you can look at these. Some have got less than others, of course. The Elisa's Andromeda. Look at all these. Look. Elisa's Fusion. Look, Arp Crow, we've got tons of stuff. Like I said, there's 300 synths now that have been meticulously sampled. We've got Behringer Model D. We've got all little Behringer things going on. CCX MIDI. We've got synths I've never even heard of. What's this? I'm going to click on this, and it'll open it in one page. And if you want to adjust the controls, your access to all your different pages is up here, right? So if we want to control synth A, let's go in here. We have the filter, and it's had two new filter types added, right? So we're in mode expander. If we click on here, we can go VCF20 comb and the new ladder filter. And also the new VCF 4023 filter. So you can play around with those. Awesome stuff. You can, let's go back to our main page here, right? You have different things that have been added. Now let's change this synth. Let's see what we've got now. What's this? This is a Trigon 6. I don't know. I haven't heard of that. Pseudo Super 6. Lovely. And we also have the very cool, on the main page function, these little colors here, these will find you similar sounds. We have a couple of cool new controls added along the bottom here. Let's just switch them on. You have, actually, let's go through one by one. You have analog drift. Now, we know that old analog synthesizers drifted out of tune. So you can add that in here. And if we choose, like, say, well, let's look at a different patch, shall we? Let's look at, say, something stringy. We've got strings here. Let's go with maybe deep majestic strings. Perfecto. Let's look at our main page. Let's hold the chord and introduce some analog drift. Okay? Beautiful. And then we have tone. Crush. Phase. Cloud. I'll show you cloud. And you have feedback as well. Phase. So these are just macros you have on the free. You have a full effects suite as well. We've got the beautiful cloud. Which is very cool. If we change our patch here, we've got deep phase strings. You've also have so you're now hearing the RLD D50 and then the Korg wave station, the Alaska strings preset. So let's blend. But you also have an LFO. Now you have an LFO, you have different shapes. This is kind of just an LFO that you can use. It's super simple. It's not like you can go in, they've got better LFOs, but look. And this is the speed. Let's take it off synced. And this is the shape. So we've got saw, square, speed up a bit. Triangle, which is very, very similar to your sine. And then you have your mount control in the middle there. But for each layer, so for example, if we let me just go back to layer A. Let me turn the filter on. If we look, we've got modulation. I'm going to use B. If we click on this, we can choose what we want to use to modulate that cutoff. I'm using B. So now B here is modulating the filter cutoff. But you also have all these different shapes you can use. You can humanize, so at the depth. You can also assign a modulation source to the depth. This is synth B. You also have, let me change patch now, a new very cool, look, poly sequence. These are your new poly sequencer. So you have the sequencer. I'll go into the sequencer now. So it says polyphonic on A. B is turned off, so we haven't got a sequencer on B. So this is sequencer A, and I'm going to play a chord now. But it's polyphonic. If I play these chords in a weird, play the notes in a strange order. See? Isn't that cool? So all of these polyphonic sequencer sounds, and this has got two. So you've got polyphonic on A, we've got just arpeggiator on B. So see what happens now. We can play polyphonically again. It's marvelous. You can get effects that you could never really get. That's lovely. And if I go in and play all this, play it all out of order, it's like adding some very cool kind of MIDI effect to it. And of course, if you play them at the same time, you're going to get the nice polyphonic effect sort of thing. I mean, 6,000 presets, we've got no chance of getting through even a quarter of them. But we can pick a few. So look, let's look at just ordinary arpeggiated. Layer B is obviously just an arpeggiator here, look, so. Let's play one note. Tells you the chord you're playing here. Look, that's fab. Let's see what am I playing here. Looks more like a G to me. I mean, and it's great because all these 6,000 patches, it's very difficult to find NAF patch. You know what I mean? Because the sound designers care about what they're doing, right? Obviously. Also, as well, it's massive when you think the UVI have all these synthesizers to manipulate. I mean, some of these are just ridiculously rare. So you can change as well. You've got all these different arpeggiator tabs, and you can play with all the pitch, the octaves, the repeats, etc., etc., etc. Let's emphasize this one a bit. You can go nuts. Let's see. I mean, you've got look, loads and loads of basses. And again, it's difficult to find an half bass. Let's see what we've got going on here. I'm going to close the microphone and I'm just going to play a ton of sounds. You know how it works. It's not super... I mean, it's easy, right? Because you're working with samples, you get some controls. I didn't show you the effects, did I? Here are the effects. Here are the send effects. So you've got spark, verb, convolver. Of course, in your convolver, you'll have all your different spaces. Anyway, I'll shut it go. And to save your own preset, you can click on this, choose save preset, and you can go and look, make a folder. I made a folder and I'll just call this. I just called it preset. See, yeah, I should really call it, the Synth Anthology 5 presets, but they've got. I will call it flanged sequence bass and sec bass and save, and that'll be added to my use preset. If I want to recall a preset, I'll show you a couple. There's my classic poly that we looked at earlier. We can load that. And this has a really interesting sound on A. If I just switch B off, this is this Seiko DS310. I've never heard of it. 1980. Honestly, I have never heard of this synth. Knows where UVI got older on to sample. I mean, I know there's people that have always got them. But, I mean, they're hard to find, aren't they? And that's a really nice sound. And if you look inside the presets here, you've got quite a few of these. We've got this one. Let's see. Have we got any? Yeah, we've got another one here. All you need to do is make sure you're on the right number here. Because if you go off, you're going on to a different synth. Anyway, yeah, there's my classic poly. And what was the other one that you hadn't heard? Load presets was the, yeah, this is cool. I'll open this. This uses, let's go to main. This uses the CTS, it's the Casio, you know, the S, what is it? C1 S100V with the vocal, the vocal thing. Hallelujah. And there's quite a lot of stuff they've done from this one. That's at the top. So yeah, so CTS all the way down to this. Yeah. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Dance with me, dance with me, dance with me, dance with me. It's absolutely bloody brilliant. This is. If you're not interested in deep dive synth programming, and let's be fair, lots of people are. When I do synth programming tutorials, not as many people are interested in as if I do a big deep dive of synth programs. Most people haven't got the time, have they? You know, it takes time to program synthesizers. And then you've got all these brilliant synth designers. You're thinking, well, why bother? Well, let's be fair, we still do. Beautiful. Anyway, what I did was, what did I have on? I think I had a Hallelujah. Let me close this. I blended it with this sound. When did it come out? 1981. So come out way after the CS80. So it probably improved upon a lot of that stuff. Great, isn't it? Great sound. But together, sorry, I got a bit carried away. Together, they sound really cool. So. Awesome stuff. I'll shut up now again. Before we finish, I'm going to show you the website, right? So let me get onto some sort of what we got here, some sort of sequenced. I'm going to play a note. Oh, I'll play a few notes. Right, I'm going to get on the website here. Hang on, hold me horses. Where is it? Here it is. Right, so this is the website. You can see at the moment it's €89, which would be considerably cheaper in pounds, I guess, or more expensive. I'm not sure. Cheaper, I think, but 300 machines included, right? So the ones in yellow, if this works with the screen recorder, the ones in yellow are the new ones. Okay, so I'm gonna play. I'm going to play like a chord on this sequence. So you've got some musical background while I spend a couple of minutes scrolling through these sounds so you can see what we've got. Now, the page is beautifully designed. It's absolutely fab. And you can see it'll tell you how it works, but there's also a manual. It's very, very straightforward stuff. Okay, so it says what's new. You got new stuff here you've seen. Cameron's video is really good. And here we go. Look, so we've got classic analog. I'll be back in there a sec when I've scrolled through. So I think I think you get the idea. The thing is just, it's huge and it's brilliant. It's great. You know what I mean? If you don't want to I mean, you've got some programming capability, obviously. Tons of modulation options and sequencing options. You can do whatever you like. Guys, if you've watched this video premiere, thank you very, very, very much. What's this? I'll try this one. I'm going to play for another 5 minutes or so. And, yeah, hey, hang on a minute. Oh. How cool's that? Say ta-ra to each other. Strike the like here if you haven't already struck it. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. And if you're feeling in a generous mood, please make a super chat or a super thanks. It really does help us out. We don't make hardly anything really off YouTube's ad revenue, so you know you've got a lot of views to make that work. Consider becoming a Patreon. That's a great way to help. Anyway, we appreciate it all, don't we, darling?
We do. Thank you as always.
Yes, and I will see you later. Ta-ta.